Let me ask you something right now, something that might make you uncomfortable. What if the difference between the life you're living and the life you want isn't talent, luck, or timing, but what you choose to use every single day? Think about that. Not once a year, not when motivation hits, not when everything feels perfect. I'm talking about what you use every day when no one is watching, when you're tired, when excuses feel reasonable, because your future is being built quietly, daily, in moments you think don't matter, but they matter more than anything. We live in a world obsessed with big moments, big wins, big announcements, big transformations. But real power doesn't come from what you do once in a while. It comes from what you use every day. Your mindset, your focus, your time, your energy, your words, your habits. These are not small things. These are the tools that shape your destiny. And the truth is, you are already using something every day. The question is, are you using it intentionally, or are you letting it use you? Every single day you wake up with the same 24 hours as the most successful people on the planet. The difference isn't the clock, it's how those hours are used. Some people use their mornings to complain. Others use them to condition their mind. Some people use their energy to scroll, distract, and escape. Others use it to build, learn, and grow. And over time, those daily choices compound into confidence or regret, strength or frustration, freedom or limitation. Using every day doesn't mean doing everything. It means doing the right things consistently. It means understanding that progress is not dramatic. It's disciplined. It's the quiet decision to show up when it would be easier to back off. It's choosing growth over comfort, purpose over pleasure, commitment over convenience. And when you start using every day with intention, something powerful happens. You stop waiting for your life to change, and you start changing it yourself. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they waste their days, they leak energy, they postpone action. They say, I'll start tomorrow, not realizing tomorrow is built from today. The way you use today determines the strength of your tomorrow. And the scary part, days don't ask permission before they pass. They don't wait until you're ready. They keep moving. And if you're not using them, they're using you. Your mind is one of the most powerful tools you possess, but only if you use it daily. If you don't feed it with empowering thoughts, it will consume whatever is easiest: fear, doubt, comparison, and worry. If you don't consciously direct your focus, it will drift toward problems instead of possibilities. Using your mind every day means choosing what you think about, what you believe about yourself, and what story you tell about your life. Because the story you repeat daily becomes the reality you live permanently. Your body is another tool, one that reflects how you treat it every day. You don't build strength in one workout. You don't destroy health in one bad meal. It's the daily use that matters. Movement, rest, nutrition, breath. When you use your body with respect and purpose, it gives you energy. When you neglect it, it collects the cost. Energy isn't just something you have, it's something you generate by how you live each day. Then there's your emotions. Most people let emotions control them. But powerful people learn to use emotions as fuel. Every day brings challenges, frustrations, and unexpected obstacles. You can use those moments to shut down, or you can use them to grow stronger. Anger can become drive. Fear can become focus. Pressure can become power. But only if you decide daily that your emotions work for you, not against you. Let's talk about discipline. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about self-respect. It's the daily decision to do what needs to be done even when motivation disappears. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is dependable. When you use discipline every day, you stop negotiating with your excuses. You stop asking, do I feel like it? And start asking, what does my changes everything? Consistency is the real secret, not intensity, not perfection. Consistency. Small actions repeated daily create unstoppable momentum. One page read every day becomes knowledge. One step taken every day becomes confidence. One promise kept to yourself every day becomes self-belief. You don't need a massive breakthrough. You need daily follow-through. And when you finally realize that, you stop chasing shortcuts and start building foundations. Using every day also means using failure correctly. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the process. But most people use failure as a reason to quit. Strong people use it as feedback. Every mistake carries information. Every setback carries a lesson. When you use failure daily as a teacher instead of a verdict, you become resilient. And resilience is what allows ordinary people to achieve extraordinary outcomes. Your words matter. What you say every day to others and to yourself shapes your identity. If you constantly say you're tired, overwhelmed, unlucky, or stuck, your mind accepts it as truth. But if you speak strength, possibility, and determination daily, you condition your nervous system for action. Language is not just communication, it's programming. Use it wisely. Use it daily. Time is your most valuable resource, yet it's the one people waste the most. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. Using every day means respecting time enough to plan it, protect it, and invest it intentionally. It means saying no to distractions that don't align with your values. It means choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. Time rewards those who use it deliberately. Let's be honest, using every day isn't easy. It requires awareness. It requires effort. It requires courage. But what's harder? Living with the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, because one costs effort now and the other costs happiness later. When you use every day, even imperfectly, you build trust with yourself, and self-trust is the foundation of confidence. Think about the person you want to become. That person isn't created in a single moment of inspiration. They are created in the daily routines you follow when no one is applauding. Excellence is not an event, it's a habit. And habits are built through daily use. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your daily standards. Using every day also means being present. Most people live either in the past or the future, missing the only moment they can actually influence. When you use today fully, your attention, your effort, your intention, you multiply your impact. Presence sharpens performance. Focus increases effectiveness. When you show up completely each day, your results accelerate. And here's the truth most people avoid: no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you discipline, confidence, or purpose. You build those by how you use your days. Responsibility isn't a burden, it's power. Because once you accept that your life is shaped by daily choices, you realize you have the ability to change it. You don't need more motivation. You need more ownership. Ownership of your mornings, ownership of your habits, ownership of your reactions, ownership of your standards. When you take ownership every day, excuses lose their grip. And when excuses disappear, progress becomes inevitable. There will be days when you don't feel strong. Use them anyway. There will be days when doubt is loud. Use the day anyway. There will be days when progress feels invisible. Use the day anyway. Because strength isn't built in the easy moments. It's built in the ordinary days you refuse to waste. Your life is not the result of one decision, it's the result of daily use. Use your mind to focus on solutions. Use your body to create energy. Use your time to build skills. Use your emotions to fuel action. Use your failures to learn. Use your discipline to stay consistent. Use your days to move forward, even if it's just one step. And remember this: if you don't design your days, someone else will. Distractions will take them. Excuses will drain them. Fear will steal them. But when you decide to use every day with intention, your life stops drifting and starts moving with purpose. So today is not just another day. It's raw material. It's an opportunity. It's a vote for the person you are becoming. Use it to build confidence. Use it to create momentum. Use it to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you've been settling for. Because in the end, success doesn't come from what you know or what you plan. It comes from what you use every day. Consistently, relentlessly, with purpose. And as you walk forward from this moment, remember this: your future is not waiting somewhere ahead of you. It's being created right now in how you choose to use today. Use it with courage. Use it with discipline. Use it with belief. Because when you learn to use every day, you don't just change your schedule, you change your life. So stand up in your own mind. Commit to the ordinary days. Honor the small actions. Trust the process. And decide starting now that no day will be wasted, because every day used well moves you closer to the life you know you were meant to live. And let's go even deeper, because using every day is not just about productivity, it's about identity. Every action you take daily is a vote for the person you believe you are. When you wake up and choose discipline over delay, you are saying, I am someone who follows through. When you show up even when it's uncomfortable, you are saying, I am someone who keeps going. Identity isn't something you declare once, it's something you reinforce daily. And the strongest identities are built through repetition, not intention. Most people underestimate what they can become because they overestimate what they can do in a single day. They want instant transformation, immediate confidence, overnight success. But real power grows slowly, quietly, and relentlessly. It grows when you do the small things long enough that they become part of who you are. When effort turns into habit and habit turns into character, that's when life starts responding differently to you. Using every day means understanding that momentum is more important than mood. Your feelings will change, your circumstances will shift, your environment will test you. But momentum, once built, can carry you through moments when motivation disappears. Momentum is created when action becomes automatic. And that only happens when you refuse to stop using your days, even when progress feels slow. Let's talk about resistance, because resistance shows up every single day. Resistance to start, resistance to continue, resistance to finish. That inner voice that says, not today, you deserve a break. Tomorrow will be better. That voice never goes away, you just get stronger than it. And the only way to get stronger than resistance is to face it daily. Not dramatically, not perfectly, just consistently. Each time you act, despite resistance, you weaken its grip. Each time you give in, it grows louder. Using every day also means mastering your focus. In a world designed to distract you, focus is a competitive advantage. Every notification, every comparison, every unnecessary demand on your attention pulls you away from what matters. When you use your focus intentionally each day, you stop reacting to life and start directing it. You decide what deserves your energy and what doesn't, and focus, when used daily, compounds into clarity. Clarity is not something you wait for, it's something you earn through action. Most people say they don't know what they want, but the truth is they haven't used their days to find out. Action creates insight. Movement reveals direction. When you use every day to take steps, even uncertain ones, you begin to understand yourself better. You discover what excites you, what challenges you, and what you're capable of enduring. And endurance matters more than intensity. Anyone can push hard for a week. Anyone can feel inspired for a moment. But can you stay committed when it's boring? Can you stay focused when no one is watching? Can you stay disciplined when the results are delayed? That's where lives are separated. That's where character is forged. And that strength is built by how you use ordinary days. Using every day also requires forgiveness, especially forgiveness of yourself. You will miss days. You will make mistakes. You will fall short of your own standards at times. The danger is not failure. The danger is letting failure stop you from continuing. When you learn to forgive quickly and recommit immediately, you protect your momentum. Progress isn't about never falling, it's about never staying down. Your environment matters more than willpower. If you use every day wisely, you design environments that support your growth instead of sabotage it. You remove unnecessary friction. You place reminders of your goals where you can see them. You surround yourself with people who challenge you instead of draining you. You don't rely on motivation, you rely on systems. And systems, when used daily, make success predictable. Using every day also means upgrading your standards. Not someday daily. What you tolerate becomes your normal. What you accept becomes your baseline. If you tolerate laziness, excuses, or mediocrity, those things become your lifestyle. But when you raise your standards, how you work, how you speak, how you treat yourself, you elevate your life. And standards aren't raised in speeches, they're raised in daily choices. Pain is unavoidable. Struggle is part of growth. The difference is whether pain is used as punishment or preparation. Some people let pain break them, others let it build them. When you use every day to grow stronger through difficulty, you stop fearing challenges. You start welcoming them as proof that you're expanding beyond who you used to be. Let's talk about confidence, because confidence is not something you're born with, it's something you build. Confidence comes from evidence. Evidence comes from action, and action comes from daily use. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you add another brick to your confidence. Every time you follow through, even when it's hard, you remind yourself that you can be trusted. And self-trust is the deepest form of confidence there is. Using every day also means learning to delay gratification. The strongest people are not the most talented, they're the most patient. They are willing to sacrifice comfort today for freedom tomorrow. They are willing to work in silence while others seek applause. They understand that rewards come after consistency, not before, and that patience is trained through daily discipline. Your past does not define you, your patterns do. And patterns are shaped by what you repeat. When you use every day to replace destructive patterns with empowering ones, you rewrite your future. You don't need to erase the past, you need to outgrow it. And growth happens one day at a time. Energy follows purpose. When you wake up without intention, your energy scatters. When you wake up with clarity, your energy concentrates. Using every day means knowing why you're doing what you're doing. Not perfectly, not always clearly, but enough to keep moving forward. Purpose doesn't have to be grand, it just has to be real. There will be moments when progress feels invisible, when effort feels unrewarded, when discipline feels lonely. These are the moments most people quit. But these are also the moments that separate those who change their lives from those who repeat the same year forever. Invisible progress is still progress. Roots grow before branches. Foundations form before structures rise. Using every day also means understanding that growth is nonlinear. Some days you leap forward, some days you crawl, some days you simply hold a line. All of it counts. The mistake is believing that every day must feel powerful to be productive. Sometimes the most important days are the ones where you simply don't quit. You don't need to win every day, you just need to show up. Show up with effort, show up with honesty, show up with commitment. Because showing up daily builds a reputation with yourself. And once you know you won't abandon yourself, your capacity expands. Time will pass no matter what you do. A year from now, you will be older. The question is, will you be stronger, wiser, and more capable? Or will you be making the same excuses with more regret? The difference is not intelligence or luck. It's daily use. Using every day means refusing to live on autopilot. It means checking in with yourself regularly. It means asking, is this how I want to live? And having the courage to adjust. Awareness creates choice. Choice creates power. And power creates change. And now, as everything comes together, understand this truth deeply. Your life does not change when you feel inspired. It changes when you decide to use every day differently. When you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start honoring the present one. When you realize that consistency beats confidence, action beats intention, and discipline beats motivation. So let this be the moment you stop underestimating the ordinary. Let this be the moment you commit to using your days with purpose, your energy with intention, and your effort with belief. You don't need to do more, you need to do what matters repeatedly. Because when you use every day, you stop chasing transformation and start becoming it. One choice at a time, one action at a time, one day at a time. And over time, those days don't just add up, they multiply. They shape you into someone who doesn't wait for life to happen, but makes it happen through consistent, deliberate action. And in the end, when you look back, you won't measure your life by the moments you felt motivated, you'll measure it by the days you refused to waste. The days you showed up, the days you kept going, the days you used fully. Because those days will be the reason your life changed, your confidence grew, and your potential became reality.